Hello guys, welcome back to World Gist Mega TV. Once upon a time, an African woman who had always been the most beautiful girl in the village, with her dark skin, long hair, and bright smile. She was married to the chief's son, who loved her dearly and treated her well. They had everything they could wish for, except for one thing: a child. They prayed to the gods, they consulted the elders, they tried every remedy and ritual they knew, but nothing worked. Years passed, and they remained childless. The chief's son grew restless and frustrated, and his love for his wife faded. He started to look at other women, and to neglect his duties as a leader. He blamed his wife for their misfortune, and accused her of being cursed. She endured his anger and his insults, hoping that one day he would change his mind and love her again. She never stopped loving him, and she never gave up on her dream of having a child. She believed that the gods had a plan for her, and that they would bless her in their own time. One day, she felt a strange sensation in her belly. She thought it was a sign of illness, but as the weeks went by, she realized it was something else. She was pregnant. She was overjoyed and ran to tell her husband the good news. She hoped that he would share her happiness and that he would forgive her for the years of barrenness. But when he saw her, he did not smile. He did not hug her. He did not congratulate her. He looked at her with suspicion and disgust. He asked her who the father was. He accused her of being unfaithful. He said he knew it was not his child because he had not touched her in months. He said he wanted nothing to do with her or her bastard. He said he would divorce her and find a new wife, one who could give him a real heir. She was shocked and heartbroken. She tried to explain, to plead, to convince him that he was wrong, that he was the only man she had ever loved, that the child was his. But he would not listen. He pushed her away and left her alone in their hut. He told everyone in the village that she had cheated on him and that he was going to get rid of her. He said she had brought shame and dishonor to his family, and that he would not tolerate it. She cried and prayed, but no one came to comfort her. No one believed her. No one defended her. Everyone turned their backs on her. They called her names, they threw stones at her, they spat on her. They said she was a witch, a whore, a liar. They said she deserved to die. She had no choice but to leave the village. She packed a few belongings and walked into the forest. She did not know where to go or what to do. She only knew that she had to protect her child, the only thing that mattered to her. She hoped that the gods would guide her and that they would show her mercy. She wandered for days until she found a small cave by a river. She decided to make it her home. She gathered some fruits and berries and caught some fish. She made a fire and cooked her food. She drank from the river and washed her clothes. She sang to her child and rubbed her belly. She tried to forget her past and to look forward to her future. She did not know how much time had passed when she felt the first contraction. She knew it was time. She prepared a bed of leaves and blankets and lay down. She breathed deeply and pushed. She felt the pain and the joy. She heard the cry and the silence. She opened her eyes and saw the miracle. She had given birth to twins. A boy and a girl. They were healthy and strong. They had dark skin like her. They had long hair like her. They had bright smiles like her. And they had blue eyes like the sky. She gasped and smiled. She did not understand, but she did not care. She loved them and they were hers. She held them close and kissed them. She thanked the gods and praised them. She named them Nia and Nuru, meaning purpose and light. She did not know that her husband had followed her. He had heard rumors of her whereabouts, and he had come to see for himself. He had watched her from a distance, and he had waited for the right moment. He had planned to kill her and her child, and to end his shame. He had crept closer to the cave, and he had peeked inside. He had seen her and the twins, and he had frozen. He could not believe his eyes. He could not believe his ears. He could not believe his heart. He felt a surge of emotion, a mix of anger, guilt, regret, and love. He realized that he had made a terrible mistake, that he had wronged her and his children. He realized that he still loved her, and that he wanted to be with her. He realized that he had to apologize and to ask for forgiveness. He stepped into the cave and called her name. She looked up and saw him. She felt a shock, a fear, a hope, and a love. She did not know what to say or what to do. She only knew that he was their father and that he had come back. The story continues. I hope you are enjoying the story. He walked towards her and knelt down. He looked at her and the twins, and tears rolled down his cheeks. He said he was sorry, and that he loved her. He said he was wrong, and that he wanted to make it right. He said he was proud, and that he wanted to be a family. She stared at him and listened. She felt a pain, the relief, a doubt, and a love. She did not know if she could trust him or if she could forgive him. She only knew that he had hurt her and that he had changed. She looked at Nia and Nuru and smiled. She looked at him and sighed. She said she was glad and that she loved him. She said she was hurt and that she needed time. She said she was happy and that she wanted to try. He nodded and smiled. He reached out and touched them. He felt a warmth, a bond, a joy, and a love. He did not know how it happened or what it meant. He only knew that they were his and that they were beautiful. He hugged her and kissed her. He hugged Nia and Nuru and kissed them. He thanked the gods and blessed them. He said they were his purpose and his light. He said they were his miracle. What God cannot do does not exist. Sometime, no matter what we are going through, we need patience and belief in our Creator. Make your request known to Him. Though it may delay, wait for it. For there is time for everything. I hope this story inspired you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next videos. Remain blessed. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, like, and the bell icon for notifications. Thank you.